Butcher from Balance Ireland's Race Jiu-Jitsu in Dublin. Just going to continue on with the headlock series. From the last one I did, just want to go through some more of the ground detail and how to escape, maybe a couple of variations. This is John Sadler who's helping me today. Good man, John. So John just goes down, we'll just go straight to the headlock position. From here, so we ended up in this position, okay, in the headlock. So remember, we base and we keep our knees wide, and to escape from the headlock we're going to slide the knee up at the back. I'll show that detail again, okay, and then lean in, okay, to open up the hip. Now my back leg is alongside his back, it's not sticking out perpendicular, so it's alongside the back. I'm not on the toes, I'm on the instep, and I step over, bring the heel into the stomach. Okay, so I have a very good solid base here. I like to drive my chest into his rib cage, so if he tries to roll me over here, I don't even need my hands to base. I just base into his rib cage, which kind of wins him a little bit. So it's a good way to keep that base. Now my hands are free to do the different types of escapes. The way I like to show it first is just to get the direction, and sometimes you can escape this way without using a frame. I'm going to drive my shoulder into the back of his shoulder joint, just to isolate the shoulder. I turn sideways, so I'm trying to stay parallel with him, okay, and you can see his grip starting to go already. So I turn sideways and I'm driving forward towards the top of his head, and then that releases, okay, and then here I can take the arm and we can drive him straight onto his back. From a self-defense point of view, you can always get up from here, you can always just do a figure four to control him. I like to just drive the elbow and bring him, staying close to him, bring him onto his stomach here, and then we can switch sides and we can trap his elbow. If we like, we can take 2-finger control or 3-finger control here on the hand. If you can see that, I just take the index and the second finger in to control. This is nice and tight. I can go back down to my instep to really sit on his hips, stops him from rolling. Typically the arm is stuck here, but they'll start to push up, usually to try and get the arm out. If they do, they start to push into you. This is very typical. This hand comes under the armpit, and I cup his wrist this way, and I get the other arm up. Now if his shoulders are tight, you might not get this in too deep here to control, so that's kind of hard to do, but I just try and trap it in a little bit. At this stage they kind of want to give up, yeah. Okay, good. So let's go back. And I'll just do it from the back so you can see the footwork. So if we turn around this way again, he has the headlock. Okay, so here, just to watch, I have a good wide base here. I'm on my toes at the moment, my hands are basing. Okay, he's going to try and pull me over and slide that knee up. So it's important to get the knee as high as possible up towards the shoulder. And look, my shin alongside his back. I'm not on my toes, I'm on my instep. Take a little lean towards the head, open up the hip joint so I can step over, and then I get a really good base. I like to try and shimmy down a little bit lower, get my chest on his rib cage. Tries to pull me over. Now here, the detail on the shoulder, I bring my hand, so I don't base on this hand. I turn my shoulder in, and this opens. Yeah? Okay. So, that's just one detail I wanted to show. If you stay that side, it's okay. So he lies down, come on, just put your feet down this way. Good. Confusing John altogether. Okay, so from here, headlock again. Okay, I'm down. So I'm just going to do a possible wrist lock in this position as well when I go for the escape. So slide up, okay, get my chest nice and low, lean towards the head, step over. Shoulder drives in, I turn parallel. Now as I did, I caught the hand fairly early this time. So you can have a fist that really makes no difference, or the hand can be open. And then I'm going to do this Sankyo wrist lock, it's an Aikido wrist lock that I like to do. This hand comes across, and then I reinforce. So this is the Sankyo wrist lock. So you can control it from here, you can tap them out from here, or you can simply just drive that elbow, give them some space to roll, to roll, to roll, all the way over. And I can just keep that arm trapped underneath them, and this keeps them in position. You still have the wrist lock. We're trying to tap there. Okay. On another video, I'll show that wrist lock in more detail. Or if you buy my wrist lock course, you'll see all at least the detail. Okay, let's go one more time. So one more detail on this. So now I'm going to use the frame. So if they're pretty strong here, or they're very strong around the shoulders, this may not work. But as I said, I like to show the detail just to show the direction of movement. So knee up, step over, and at this time he's very strong here. So have a good base. I'm going to form a frame. So make a fist, grab your wrist and your hand, and then draw this down under the jaw, and then pressing in and forward. So I'm never lifting up from the headlock. I'm always driving in and making sure that you're more around the center. When we press down here, we never want to go to the hand or lose the pressure through the elbow. We want to stay very, very present here in the middle and get the bone just into the nerve there under the chin as you go forward. Okay, so that was just a little bit of detail I wanted to put in from the two previous videos where we showed a headlock from standing, and this is what happens on the ground. Okay, thank you.